It's the cops. Of course it's the cops of all things. What could it be? Sup, coppers?
Halt!
No.
Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
You know, just passing by.
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this? No. Wait. Maybe this was Ningguang's plan all along.
Guess she's gonna have to die.
She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us. Knock him down.
Why are you so bloodthirsty? Oh, well. Okay, guess you'll die.
Stop! What's all
Oh?
this about? You want to go to the Jade Chamber? Who are you?
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qixing. Who are you?
The most ignored 5-star
Well,
in the game.
as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing. The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. I came here to investigate that
Oh
occurrence.
yeah, that was me.
These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest
They
anyone.
tried to kill me.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Thinking isn't hard, you're just bloodthirsty, you little monster.
Anyway,
Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar-frosted slime!
Why would we eat slime?
Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ningguang. Why don't we go with that for a gift?
So you must have a recipe, right? Step-by-step instructions for how to make a thing you saw in your dreams?
Nope! But Paimon's sure that we just need to make it with some boom shakalaka. Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one, and neither will our riches.
I am stunned. Someone in this game legit said boom shakalaka. Wow. I'm utterly shocked right now. Oh, well, that killed it. Okay. Tasty? How do we know it's already tasty though? Like, because I don't think we had some of it. And what factors in tasty? Because it can't be the texture. What do slimes taste like now that I think about it?
Huh? Is it just Paimon? Or is there a sweet fragrance in the air? Huh? Did you hear that?
Sounded like someone calling for help.
It seemed like it came from those ruins over there.
Not my problem.
Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure hoarders have locked someone inside.
Okay, but I don't see how that's my problem. Like, I got my own issues, you know, like finding my brother and this nonsense, and I guess I'm gonna have to rescue him. Nonsense. I swear.
Starfall!
Like, these guys are just chilling,
Wind.
and now I'm attacking them all.
Motion to compel!
You're open.
That was below par.
Oh, okay.
One with nature.
The hunter becomes.
Alright, fine.
Leave it open!
There. Idiot. Mangdon.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell.
Or been murdered.
Those treasure hoarders, when their mood was good, they'd rearrange those pots of sweet flowers. When they were in a bad mood, they'd rearrange my face.
Aw, it was nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
I understand. Don't worry. I will compensate you
There's
both.
no need, but it's only the right thing to do.
Don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because of you.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing Jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught and imprisoned me. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I
gonna
have to
have a
offer,
favor
of
to
course.
call in at some point, I'm sure.
Great!
Huh.
Paimon sugar
Slime
frosted
tasting
slime
like
now comes in a
gelatin.
beautiful package.
And that you're supposed to mix with it, like tofu. Oh, I guess I can get behind that, yeah. Extra sweet flour. Okay, but if it's an extra sweet flour, couldn't we just call it like an extra sweet flour? You know, like cut out some of that wording. I gotta think of everything. Man, if only we could have just like, I don't know. Wrong, but if we could have just like given her anything from like this massive inventory of stuff I've collected. Like, hey, how would you like a Dvalin's claw? That would be a nice gift. Or you know what? Maybe like a handful of tail scales from the Great Wolf King. You know. Or maybe a machine from Inazuma Core. Or how about we just give you, if we're giving her food, I literally have Adeptus Temptation right here. No, but we need to go through all this nonsense. I swear.
As long as it's on our shelves.
Okay, can you sit on the shelf really quick so I can borrow
This clay pot
you?
looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack.
That's not how cooking works.
It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now. Into the box it goes and dust it over with a bit more powdered sugar.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations, too.
Woohoo! It looks beautiful!
I mean, I'm not sold on it, but at least there was thought put into this gift, and
Great.
the thought is kind
Now
of
that
what
we've
matters.
put all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ningguang. According to Kuching, this is what we should say.
Oh, this will be good.
Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
What?
Yes.
Oh!
How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ningguang has arranged to meet with today?
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuang. What's
You
going
weren't
on
given
here?
a code for guests. I swear to God, if he thinks we like beat up and tortured Kuching to get the code, I'm going to lose my mind. Oh, a cutscene? Okay.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
Liking the voice.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
I'll only put my name on it if you like it.
For me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Oh no, it's
The
nothing.
girl boss. Yeah, this is the girl boss. Since she got us up here, I guess Keeching is the gatekeep. Would that make Ganyu the gaslight? What?
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
What kind of D-Luke Dark Knight hero nonsense? Okay, wait. First off, Paimon, that's not even a word. This subtitle, like, okay. Second, we could have avoided the whole thing with Child and having to deal with Fatui if you had just, like, you could have, like, sent a message or some shit. You could have, like call up your girl Virgo dead at the end. It's like, yo, can you, like, give her a free room? And I'll pick her up in the morning or some shit. But okay. Can we get out of the rain?
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War.
Rings a bell. Honestly, the rain did. I feel like the rain, if it wasn't planned, was so good for setting a tone since we're now talking about war.
Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many lives
Well,
were
that's what
lost.
happens in war. So yeah.
In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war.
Damn.
Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon.
Damn.
Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions?
I mean, Julius Caesar would talk to you about that, just putting it out there. Yeah, Noelle should be the next Geo Archon. She has the strength of a god already, just make it official.
That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, Traveler?
Is it him? By him, I'm guessing Tartaglia, of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, also known as the people directly under their god.
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered.
Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other
No,
thing?
it won't stop you from
Of
saying
course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
I'm visibly face-palming right now. Seriously?
It's all right. I like direct people. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object here as you please, and you may take it with you.
Can I pick you?
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say that!
Also, is there not like a teleport part up here? No?
This is not
Oh!
the...
Oh, I died. Oh, she just straight up died. Okay. Well, rip.
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us, too.
How many of them have we killed so far, Paimon? Of course they're mad at us.
Incinerate!
Guess this is it.
Don't back up. Don't back up, you little bitch.
This first.
Steady up.
Shiver!
Oh! What? Okay. I did not know that interaction happens. I guess it's something new every day. Kind of glad I caught that on camera. Are you alive?
Finally, some quiet.
Maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission in hopes of achieving a similar
Does
effect.
it work like that?
Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty
I mean,
dangerous.
you've seen Venti fight. Sure, he got his ass kicked, but you've seen him fight.
And the plot thickens. We'll need to keep an eye on Child, that's for sure. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We gotta go meet up with Zhongli soon. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh. Let's go! Paimon hates being late.
Meet Zhongli. The Big Dong Zhong. CEO of GEO. I bet when Zhongli nuts, he says, "I will have order." Just putting that out there.
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments
Oh,
ago.
that voice of honey. I love it so much.
Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber? The glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense. But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers.
So you need me to sing.
That's correct. Your singing will surely bring out the strongest fragrance from the flowers.
So how good is your singing?
I can hold a tune.
Really? Why doesn't Paimon believe you?
We'll only know once she starts singing.
Well, there are like scientific reasons based on like I think it's the carbon monoxide or something in our breath that when you talk to flowers it helps them bloom and like grow better. So it kind of makes sense about the whole singing thing. It's just singing specifically for this is weird, in my opinion. Oh, wrong way.
It's time to sing whenever you're ready.
It's actually a dialogue box clears throat.
Da 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 da.
I'm caught off guard whenever like we actually hear the character's voice.
What happened?
Oh,
These
great.
flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
They all speak the same language. Paimon, I don't think that's the issue here.
Fallen
Just
leaves,
putting that out
adorn
there.
my night.
Also, these are plants. They don't understand human language anyway.
One with nature.
Boom boom! Cha! Cha! Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
Those flowers put up quite a fight.
This little monster is known as a whopper
I've killed
flower.
many of them. Oh, Otto.
Strange. These petals look interesting. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
That's so lame.
More singing.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Are you searching for glaze lilies?
on you.
Oh, hey, it's... What's her face? Paimon can't remember.
I want to say Yangyu just to be an asshole. God, I want to say this so bad.
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name. Ah, that reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade
Just
Chamber?
fine. Thanks for telling us how to get
Sure would
there.
have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I
No,
did.
you didn't.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
We climbed a mountain, and that was the wrong way.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Something seems a little off about Ganyu.
She had one job.
She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
She's just off the clock.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
we shouldn't have brought it
seeing
up.
your god die.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions
Must have been
yet.
traumatizing.
When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard.
So that means Venti back in Mondstadt pouring one out for the homie right now.
Yes. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day.
So you're like if you like got in a relationship with anyone now, you'd be like beyond cougar. 'Cause you're like 1,000 at this point. How old are you?
Well, let's save that conversation for another day. You say that you are here looking for glaze lilies? I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself. Here, you may have it if you wish.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too. Thanks, Ganyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the upcoming farewell for our ancient lord.
The age makes it
If
hotter.
you would excuse
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
I should return to my work now. Good luck.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways
Hey,
than one.
Zhongli, you're suited to working in agriculture. Maybe you should quit your job and be free of your boss, Hu Tao.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you over time. So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked, the wear and tear on your heart may go well past mending.
Wow.
Deep.
See, Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all. All right, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now.
Okay, great. We're finally done picking flowers. Wonderful. But yeah, Venti's just back in Mondstadt, like pouring one out for the homie. I don't think he even needed an excuse to get drunk, but now that he has one, he's going to get super drunk. That stupid twink. Like seriously, you're a god who can change your form at will, and you choose to be a twink of all things. Not even a twunk. Just a straight up twink. That's just disappointing.
Huh?
Child,
This
what did you do?
atmosphere is highly
Oh, shit.
abnormal. It seems as though something big has happened. We should ask around a little, just to be safe.
Zhongli talking kinda scared me.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhongli, I presume. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
Desperate times.
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Oh.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city.
Let's go to war.
However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui.
I mean, she's right.
Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for
I
you.
was jumped in Mondstadt
Anyway,
by you people.
Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
I mean, I'm fine with just leaving because I got like my own stuff to do. Like, I came here to find my brother, or to get help finding my brother from Rex Lapis, but he's dead. So honestly, my name is cleared. I can just leave. But I'm too nice of a person.
Neither path
Wait,
is
it's
an
to
easy
attract
one.
the cougars.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral
up.
Parlor has also been
Hold
caught
up.
up.
I'm gonna
in
have to
all this.
get.
They're currently
I'm gonna have to
squaring
get real
off with
close
the
to the mic for
authorities at the
this one.
gates.
Are you telling me? Oh, hi, White. So, Corvette, are you telling me Venti is a twink by choice to attract the cougars when he's over 5,000 years old? That makes him above any of those cougars. That negates the point of attracting cougar. Why would you want a cougar if you are too old for the cougar? Do you see my point? Hi, White, by the way.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment.
Everything's on fire.
Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged
Did he
sword.
just teleport?
So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse?
Oh, wow. All of these options are... It's all about the optics. Shut up. Child, that ginger guy, or, you know, Mr. More Money Than Sense. So that ginger guy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, it's definitely him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him now? Where would he go at a time like this?
Follow me. Let's go beat his ass. Let's go commit some child abuse. Oh. So I didn't know this scaled to level? So I'm gonna have a fair fight right now. It's a thing. Okay. This is a straight up gonna be a fair fight. Monoa Foro. But I mean, hey, they jumped me in Mondstadt, so I can jump them here.
Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora. This is where all of Tibet's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing.
Straight up, if it were that easy, what would be the point of this place?
Oh, so it's a trap. Tricky, tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right? Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true.
Oh, maybe I should disable low latency mode. Maybe that'll make things a bit easier. Something feels amiss.
Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Huh? Look! What happened here?
They are dead.
Uh-oh. Paimon smells trouble. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Oh, there's that rat bastard.
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort?
At least.
Stopping the Mora mints, hiding away the Exuvia.
Connection is excellent. So it might be a hardware
The
issue.
Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires.
I will kick your ass.
I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing
Mortal
with
Kombat.
you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene
Yeah,
once
she
her
beat the
mission was
crap out of me.
accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is
He's
there?
a bad guy, but I love him so much.
Fighting talk, I love it. Now let's see you live up to it.
Sure, he's an unrepentant killer, but hey, he's attractive.
This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with a Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and
Okay.
don't you dare disappoint.
Oh, you don't want me to disappoint you? Fine. Fine, I'm roiding up right now. Alright, one of those. Use this. And this. And this.
Point.
I'm out of stamina. Well.
Poor time.
I must have, as a dutiful maid would.
Defend this. Piece of shit. Oh man, your health is gone, dude.
Not bad, not bad. Passable effort.
Someone needs assistance.
What is going on in my shot right now? That might be something I need to get rid of. This is child abuse, just putting it out there.
You've made some progress. Not bad, not bad. Guess I should.
Hold up,
take
let
you
me.
more serious.
What is going on here?
Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Okay. Why can't I use this outfit for you in game, dude?
Motion to
Something else catch your eye? All you do is run. Gotcha. No use hiding into the wind. My turn. It's fine.
Oh, you're so cool though. Why can't you be an electro character? Because this is so much cooler than your water stuff. Also loving the music here.
One with nature. That hurts.
He just drops him. What? Did I just skip an entire cutscene or something? Oh, okay. Okay.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected.
Nothing going to deal with that kind of thing in chat later.
Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. I see. Well, this is most unexpected.
Yeah, you got punked, dude.
You beat me to it, didn't you?
Forgive the DBZA reference, but imagine his schlong in that form. Tartaglia. Okay.
Not bad. But this is going to cost you!
Also, you saw me when I got here. How could I have had time to get it? When you made your dramatic entrance, dude.
You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose?
Literally none of those things.
Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you.
You can't take what I don't have, you idiot. Oh well. Yanfei's like glass, so that doesn't really matter to me.
Clouds high. The birds call. Time to go.
Into the wind.
And there, child abuse. You did not put up a fight at all.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through.
I mean, you attacked us.
And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be?
You know, stuff.
You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Rex Lapis still lives?
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission!
And we're just letting you do this?
Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
I saw your research.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well.
I've already beaten your ass, though.
That makes matters a little more
Also, why am I
intriguing.
just standing here? I can literally stop you right now. I guess we're following Dragon Ball Z rules. Oh, that's my favorite Hoenn Pokemon. Where's it Sinnoh? No, it was
Let's
Hoenn.
see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be
Kyogre.
swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Oh, great. He's trying to commit genocide.
He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
I'm just saying, we could have literally, like, attacked him at any point in that golden house and he had those things out. He was literally just standing there.
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the golden house, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea?
It's literally right there.
What are you
Oh, hey,
doing?
Zhao.
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Qixing. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now.
It's called common
and unite
sense.
against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy.
Glad this thing isn't just attacking
All the
us.
way out here.
Like, right now.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and Adepti gathered
And
here
me.
be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
Oh, cutscene. This looks like a bit more than what a Geovision is supposed to be able to do. I'm not seeing a single rock here. It's just machine gun fire. Okay. Oh, and these assholes are here to ruin everything.
They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista.
Oh. Okay, Kitchen's gonna get throw some hands. Great.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not
Oh,
let the
Yanfei's
Fatui
still
disturb
dead,
their work.
so I should fix that.
All able
Oh, they're all
Millilith,
alive
with
now.
me!
Great.
Let's go help too.
All right, I'm gonna
We
need you to
Adepti
stop.
have not faced a god in several millennia.
Why did I did not mean to?
Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you. One wishes to
All right, you
witness.
guys need to just chill. Stop that shit.
Boom, boom!
Good. Dead.
I miscalculated.
Huh. So apparently these things were kind of more than just giant crossbows. So is that it? Is that all they had? Oh. Yeah. I guess the Fatui ain't got nothing on me. What? Oh, you piece of shit. Alright, come on. Time to die.
Time to go.
Incinerate!
Cute.
Looks like I went too
Real
far.
cute, buddy. Next one gets the maid.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar.
Then stop it!
Be careful not to get hit.
Oh, thanks for the advice. Oh. Maybe I did need that advice.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
I mean, they've relented quite a bit already.
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Oh, time for the maid.
As a good knight should.
Oh no. And I don't have anyone with ice on. Or electro. Oh no.
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? One with Dolphin's heart. Here, take this.
Intermittent shock.
Gentle
Okay.
air.
Oh, I'm buffed.
Light from your body. It's like the tiny trillion cars. Whoa, it's Madam Pink's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
Okay. Now I feel good about this. Just bypass their shields. This makes my life so much easier. We need to stop that. Alright, y'all need to y'all need to stop.
Crumble apart.
Oh, that did nothing. Okay.
Starfall.
Miscalculated. You're not going anywhere.
The wind knows me.
Oh. Okay, that was awkward.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
Okay. Thanks, Zhao. Man, even Zhao's helping, but you know, I'm sure y'all can like be next to me and fight or something. Can I jump off the edge? No, I can't.
Body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Alright, that area is safe.
As a dutiful maid warrior.
Dead. God, the final hit with her elemental burst must be like so horrifying to be on the opposite end of. And everyone else is sick. Oh, nope. They gotta die.
I must. Time to clean up.
Man.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
Y'all are just like lining up
In other
to
words,
die.
if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Look at me.
The wind knows me.
Alright, this should do it.
Adorn my night!
Anyone else? Yes, many others else.
Inadmissible evidence!
How many of you fuckos are there? Do all of you hate living this much? Or are you just this loyal?
Shane! The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be
We?
able to deal with the god in
Y'all have
peace.
done nothing this entire time.
Looks like I went too far.
Oh, the northern one is kinda... Oh, great, cutscene. Did you just cut his head off?
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Wait, was she keeping up with me being buffed by 3 Adepti? Okay, Kishin, you earned your position, I see. Is this what happens when I wish people get killed? I bet so many people started shipping at that moment.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
Are we Wizard of Ozing this? We're really gonna Wizard of Oz this?
I understand.
Okay.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Yeah, we Wizard of Oz this. Wicked Witch of the... West, or was it East that got crushed by the house? It was one of them.
Is it finally over?
It better be. We dropped the house on it.
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
Rip.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building
she
the
was
Jade
ready.
Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
When there is discord between the Guardians, those that are meant to defend, harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity.
Of the Millelith, I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti.
Oh, how nice
I
of
thought
you.
this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this
Can't
day.
wait to never see you again.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Did the guards not establish a perimeter?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh.
Okay, B.I.G.
It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
That promise is as useful
Seeing
as
the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place.
I sleep with a fan in
Wouldn't
winter.
you say so, Cloud Retainer?
So
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition.
I like
to
sleeping with a
Liyue
fan in
Harbor.
winter. What can I say?
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
They've listened to what the people have had to say.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
Can I ride you, Mountain Shape?
All right, Mooncarver.
Mooncarver, I want to ride you in a battle.
It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh?
So where's Child, by the way?
Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshem Funeral Parlor.
Also, there are like a ton more vision users in Liyue. Like, fucking Hu Tao, Zhang Ling, Chongyun, Jinsho, Xinyan, but I don't think she technically exists in this, in like the canon of this world. Even Dr. Baiju and Chi-Chi. Because I feel like for all of them who live here, having this place be destroyed and flooded would be bad for them living there. Just putting that out there. There you are.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue?
How could he not? The sky was black and then there was a giant serpent god made of water.
Make sure that everything is okay.
Like directly outside the city. I'm tired. Yo, let's have round 2 with Child. Let's see if he still wants to square up. Like, I'm ready to throw these hands again. No, I'm not talking to you. I don't want to socialize with you either. Piss off. Fuck bucket. Enter Northland Bank.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Man, please, I wish we could throw hands with Signora right now for the time she jumped us.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you You're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name.
I want to fight you.
Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away
Hey,
from
I still
your
have time to
friend.
take it back. With or without you alive.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could
I
handle.
kicked his ass without
So it
an
might
issue.
be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly
It was
a bit
like
awkward, wouldn't you
20
say?
minutes since we've last seen each other.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to
You're
you.
a rat bastard,
The
but I
real
love
deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat
you. That
once I'm
titty
through
frame,
here.
though.
You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
I mean, it was kind of obvious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Oh, great. More god stuff.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You've finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself,
You just wanted to retire, dude?
finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents,
I mean...
so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, you even deserved an encore. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart of the people.
You could have just taken a sabbatical
And hats
for
off
like
to the
100
emissary
years.
dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague child, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, Traveler.
So instead of just taking a
These things
sabbatical,
were all a part of my
you
script.
did all this.
The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me
Do
in
you
the
feel
dark.
remorse for almost causing genocide?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
I'm kind of liking them more, because, like, they just hate each other. But yeah, Zhongli could have just taken a sabbatical, 100 years. Nobody from this point would be alive. He could still see everything. He'd have his gnosis. And he could have just spent like that 100 years taking a nap, jerking off, doing some drugs, eating food, or anything. But no, he had to go through all this.
Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace.
You almost caused
no?
a genocide, kinda deserve it.
Well then, with the gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Just told her to fuck off.
Do as you wish.
Her back is turned, stab her.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
What did she offer you?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade.
Yo, I look
Someone has
pissed.
no idea what could be a good trade for a gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end
Well, yeah, you're
all
not an
contracts.
Archon anymore, and contracts
As
will
for
still
the bargaining
continue with
chip
other
that
people.
the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
No, motherfucker, no. You literally almost let someone cause a genocide when you could... I will... You don't have your gnosis anymore. I can kill you right now. You're aware of this, right? Are you at least gonna help me find my brother?
Paimon can't absorb so Zhongli.
One of the clauses of our contract was not to divulge any of its contents.
Damn it. You know what? I'm taking you to Inazuma just so Ball can beat your ass with her booba sword. I'm not even gonna level you up past 20. You're just going to go there to die. Which means he planned his own funeral,
Today's the day
too.
of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
I don't want to go there. I will kill people. I want to destroy everything right now. How'd I do that? Honestly, I kind of feel bad for Child a little, because like he was just kind of dicked over by like 2 people into being like the most hated person in this country. Like, and he was just doing his job, to be fair. Like, sure, he was terrible.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and...
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked black... Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement. Let's hear what the Ministry of Civil Affairs has to say first.
Man, and they're not noticing me just eavesdrop right now.
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
Uh-huh. Otto.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think. I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
The Russians.
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
What kind of madman do you have to be to plan your... to, like, fake your death just to plan your own funeral?
Hear ye all! The Chising's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was
He's
murdered.
alive.
Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said.
I mean, I guess he wasn't murdered.
So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything. Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands?
It's possible.
Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like... Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
This Yinger of all people. I swear. Just dot dot dot.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
I could have had this entire city, and I just want posters put up. So who do I need to talk to now? Yinger.
But it seems as if those perfumes really were meant to be offered to Rex Lapis.
Did you think I was lying?
Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in love, they say. And that's 3 gone in 1.
God, you and Lisa cannot have a conversation because every person in a 100-mile radius, regardless of physical gender and sex, will become pregnant.
As for the mortals...
Oh, this motherfucker. You're at your own funeral. I hate everything about this. If I could slap you, I would.
Hey, Zhongli!
Like, just rock you in the dome.
Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Like an ass.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Xinyue kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Xinyue kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do lack the
But why
Mora.
would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power.
Yinger belonged to the streets.
But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of a statue of the 1,000-armed, 100-eyed god.
What?
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Whoa.
I kind of get that.
That's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto heaven.
Okay, well.
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
What about Child?
Yeah, about that. Before the Chising made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Chising from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment.
Oh man,
browbeating the envoys of the
time.
Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you... Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience.
Zhongli, you'd have so much money if you released
that
audiobooks.
some serendipity must first come into
People
play.
could really fall asleep to you.